What's up, folks? We're back at you with episode 4 of Top Picks Pod. As always, it's your boy AJ 5000.
And as always, Derek Rivera.
All right, folks, we got a bunch of NFL stuff going on, the World Series going on, and nothing in the NBA. We don't give a shit about soccer. We'll get right into it, folks. Dallas Cowboys were garbage on Monday Night Football.
Atrocious. Just bad.
I would have rather watch Friday Night Tykes than watch that football game. I think I would have seen more fundamentals in that little kid show than the Dallas Cowboys. Kyler Murray was 9 of 24 and had 188 passing yards with 2 touchdowns.
And now has a record at 7-0 at Cowboy Stadium.
How the fuck can you go 9 for 24 and throw 3 touchdowns and 188 yards, dog? That's embarrassing.
That secondary for Dallas it's a high school secondary.
What do you think are the 2 reasons the Cowboys are unsuccessful this year?
I think one has to do with just the coaching, just bad coaching. And another thing is obviously, the recent struggles is because of Dak's injury. But if you go further than that, I think it's just the defense is bad.
I would honestly have to disagree with the coaching point because Shannon Sharpe on his show had a really interesting point. He was saying, how long does it have to be until these players like Ezekiel Elliott
Are held accountable?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He said going back that because the Cowboys players called out all their coaches this week. We saw that. And going back, he's saying since Jimmy Johnson's been with the Dallas Cowboys, they've been using their coaches as a scapegoat. Like Jimmy Johnson.
Well, yeah, no, Jimmy Johnson went against Jerry Jones, and that's why he got ultimately booted from Dallas.
Who's the guy from Oklahoma? Barry Switzer. Oh, it's Barry Switzer's fault. Oh,
Exactly.
It's Jason Garrett's fault.
But that's
the player's going to be held accountable.
Right. No, that's actually why Jason Garrett stayed in Dallas so long with it, even though he had not much success. Is that he was playing by Jerry's rules, and that's why he was on. That's why Stephen A. called him or Max Kellerman called him adopted stepson of Jerry Jones.
And he allowed Jerry to kind of throw him around and. Oh, it's not Dak's fault. It's not Zeke's fault. It's Jason's fault. And Jason Garrett would go, I got to be better next week. But he allowed himself to be Jerry's bitch. And I don't think Mike McCarthy's the problem. Mike Nolan's obviously not a great defensive coordinator, but they have talent on that defense. I think they have some talent. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's a dude. Aldon Smith, he's a dude.
Well, I believe last game was Leighton Vander Esch's first game back, right? Limited snaps.
Yeah.
I feel like once he gets going, once he gets back to it, that'll definitely spark the defense a little bit.
I don't know who it was. It was a Cowboys member of their secondary. They were like, there's this play of you jogging. He's like, you can't expect me to be 100% on every play. It's like, motherfucker, quit being lazy.
No, that just explains the Cowboys season right there. It explains, that's not good.
If you want to bullshit it for 15 plays out of 60.
You think Ray Lewis gave 60% on some plays? Hell no.
I don't know, man. And just the fact that culture allows guys to say shit like that, it allows guys to think like that, is why they've sucked for our whole lives. Our parents are, I remember the Cowboys when they were good.
The 90s, that's literally the last time.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because our whole lives they've sucked. They've been horrible.
Bad.
I don't think they run the ball enough.
Yeah, no, they're the least rushing team in the NFL, and they have Zeke. That makes zero sense.
And Tony Pollard's pretty good, man.
Tony Pollard, great. Maybe I'm just overthinking this, but I think the reason why Zeke fumbled so much is because he's wearing long sleeves. That has to contribute something.
Well, if you think about it, every good running back in the NFL
wears long sleeves.
No, they wear
short sleeves. That's what I'm saying.
And they wear that tape to.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. But long sleeves, even like my high school and Yalfa coaches said, when you wear long sleeves, when you're holding the ball, it's slippery. It slips out easy, way more than it was like on your skin. Especially when you're sweaty. When your arms are sweaty, that helps you grip the ball.
Not gonna lie though, it looks kind of cool.
No, it looks cool, but does 3 fumbles look cool?
No, I agree with you. I think the long sleeves, because who do you think are the best 3 running backs in the game?
Oh, you put me on the spot right there.
Aaron Jones, Saquon. We'll go Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, yeah. A little biased, but Melvin Gordon is pretty good.
Hey, he's pretty solid. Melvin Gordon, short sleeve.
He's a better running back than he is a drunk driver, that's for sure.
He's a better NASCAR driver than
yeah.
So, Melvin Gordon, it's cold as shit in Denver, even at this time of year. He's wearing short sleeves.
Exactly.
Saquon, it's cold as shit in New York.
Short sleeves.
He just wears short sleeves. Aaron Jones, it's cold as shit in Green Bay. Wears short sleeves. Dallas, you're indoor.
in an air conditioner.
Texas heat, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Z, quit fucking looking cool. Take that shit out of your nose. Get a fucking haircut. Cut your sleeves, dude. Maybe the Cowboys won't suck.
And hold on to the ball.
They only had 25 rushes on Monday, which is ridiculous, man.
No,
The talent they have in their backfield.
Yeah, and especially having like a new quarterback in Andy Dalton, or not a veteran, but like new to the system, starting. You got to and then when you have an all-pro running talent in Zeke Alley, you got to run the ball more, especially now more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's always what all coaches say, and if you look at all Super Bowl teams, they might not be a run team, but they're able to establish the run.
Exactly, and I mean everyone knows this. If you have a good running game that opens up the play action, you have a good deep ball that brings the defense back, that opens up the run game. You know, the run game complements the pass game and vice versa.
And then when you run more, your defense is on the field less because you run out the clock. So then if you have a shit defense like the Dallas Cowboys, they're getting minimal exposure, so there's less of a chance they fuck something up.
Exactly. Everything has to work together for an offense to be successful.
I don't know, man. They have the parts. They're just not putting it together.
And then their offensive line has been they've been roughed up. So Zach Martin concussion, he was out most of the time, and Travis Frederick. The Dallas Cowboys are hurting, but at the same time, like you got to be competitive still.
Speaking of hurting, do we have any Eagles fans who listen, or Giants fans, or any NFC East fans? Because that division sucks ass.
Oh, bad. Bad.
All right, our next topic, we're gonna recap World Series Game 2. Tampa Bay evened up the series on the back of Blake Snell's incredible start and Brandon Lau's 2 home runs. What do you think about that?
You know what I think about that. Blake Snell is that dude, everybody. He's that dude. And I think the boy, Blake Snell is that dude. And I think if the Rays run through his momentum and they pick up after him, they'll be just fine in this series.
Glasnow didn't look great Game 1 because he's a 2-pitch pitcher. Got to develop a changeup. I read this story that Blake Snell said to like coaches and personnel within the Rays, he's like, I felt like shit in the bullpen. So before the game started, he goes to, since they were the away team, they had a whole half inning. He goes into the training facility behind the dugout, runs on a treadmill, does some squats, figured it out, I guess.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Baker Mayfield, you gotta learn. Maybe shaving again.
Maybe shave, do some squats, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, maybe he needs to run the treadmill.
Hey, don't be making jokes. I've been told I have a Baker Mayfield body, so calm down with that. What do we think about Baker Mayfield? He's bust?
He's looking that way. I feel like he's still riding the highs of everyone gave him when he set the
hype.
Yeah, with the hype, the fucking commercials, everything that's got going for him. His rookie year sets a touchdown mark. He just had you don't want to say beginner's luck maybe, but I don't know. He's
in the NFL.
Yeah, he's not looking good at all. I mean, Stephen A. said he chirps better than he plays football right now, and it's hard to argue with that.
I love Baker Mayfield. I've always advocated for him. But one thing that's kind of frustrating is that a lot of times if a guy goes into a bad organization, you could be like, oh, it's the organization's fault. But obviously he was successful there his rookie year. So you can't blame it on the organization.
No, and then especially not now because they literally brought talent around him. They have a Jarvis Landry around him. They have Odell Beckham. Oh yeah, they give him the tools. He just has to go out there and perform.
Yeah, and unfortunately he's not. I mean, he's the best at beating bad teams, but when it comes to good teams, he just can't figure it out.
I mean, a competitor, like one of the best competitors you can get out there, but as far as just producing and just being a great quarterback, he's not there yet.
He has the balls to go up against anybody. I mean, he has more confidence than anybody I've really ever seen in the league, but at some point that confidence has to speak for itself. Or the confidence speaks for itself, obviously, but the play has to speak for itself and match the level.
Well, what's crazy what's like funny is that how he's on so many commercials, and you see all the memes, how he does way more commercials than he has passing touchdown.
Funny,
no, they're great commercials. But as far as like just like his play, it's just like, for example, when Andrew Luck came in the league, he
didn't do shit, dude.
No, but like I'm saying, when Andrew Luck started getting better, or when he first came in the league, he got offered all these endorsements and he wanted to do commercials, but he turned them down because he said, "I got to come here to perform first." Like he has to make himself a name.
This is my job.
Yeah, no, he exactly. He has to focus on being a great quarterback for his team, and once he did, then he welcomed in some endorsements and did some stuff. But he wanted to make sure he's a great quarterback first.
And that's what I appreciate about a guy like Andrew Luck is. He's no bullshit. He's like, I'm going to give you everything, man. I'm going to put it all on the field. And if I earn the right to be in these commercials and you want me to be like not the face of your business, but a representative of your business, then I'm proud. But let me earn it first.
Exactly.
I think that's why he was so successful. Unfortunately, he retired early, but I would have loved to see a full career from him. All right, some NBA bullshit. Clippers' new head coach, Tyronn Lue, former NBA champion, said PG and Kawhi will be with the Clippers for a long time. I think that's truth. I think that's bullshit. What do you think about that?
Um, I don't know. I feel like they're almost like they're at a make it or break it year. And I know it's their only second year together, but I just think that talent's too good. So if they were to get bounced again early, it's almost they got to make some changes. It's at that point. I truly believe.
I mean, Doc Rivers is obviously a successful NBA coach. He knows his shit. Kawhi can obviously win, so it's the parts that they're bringing in around him.
Right.
Patrick Beverly's a bitch, dude. Patrick Beverly fucking sucks. He's not a good NBA player. All he does is fucking bitch and complain and pester. I
No,
hate Patrick Beverly.
no, you see those memes where it's like Patrick Beverly's game stats. It's like 8,000 words, 2 technicals, and 6 fouls. Those are those are his stats. Like a good game for Patrick Beverly is like 8 points, 4 fouls, and 8 rebounds
Two steals.
and 2 steals. Those are like a great game for Patrick
Yeah,
Beverly.
Beverly, you fucking suck, man.
Well, I mean, going back to like what you mentioned to start off with, I think if they do trash again this year, or they not trash, but if they get bounced
Right.
earlier than they should, I feel like since it's Ty Lue's first year, they're not going to get rid of Ty Lue, obviously,
Yeah,
So they'll get rid of the players before they do Ty Lue.
I agree. I think they'll give Ty Lue some time to adjust, but at some point, you just got to be like, yo, these players we brought in are horrible.
Are not even horrible, like as far as like they're just not doing well like together. And that brings up another point is Ty Lue when he first got introduced as a coach, like the first 2 things that he brought up is like he questioned the team's chemistry and leadership. And as far as chemistry, I just feel like they have like too many individuals, too many egos out there, like trying to pull their own weight, trying to do their own thing. And then as far as leadership, I mean, we obviously don't know Kawhi is like behind the cameras,
I think
behind.
Kawhi's fake as fuck and he's a little bitch.
Well, I mean, that's how he just feels, everybody. But for me, I just feel like we don't know how he is behind the cameras, how he is in the locker room. Maybe he's just the most talkative guy ever, a great leader. But I mean, on the court, you definitely don't see that. So I just don't know.
My least favorite type of people is fake humble people, and I think Kawhi is one of those fake humble guys who's like, oh, like really, we won the finals, like that's crazy. Like,
Real quick, I don't want to change the subject, but do you think Tim Tebow is a fake humble guy?
yeah, you read John Elway's book.
I saw a little snippet of it.
You see what he said about Tim Tebow?
What do you say?
So apparently, John Elway's wife was like, "Hey Tim, like we belong to this huge Christian congregation. Like, do you think you'd be able to come guest speak for a little bit?" And Tim Tebow was like, "Yeah, but it's gonna be $50,000."
Wow.
And John Elway's wife is like, "What the fuck? Like, I want you to spread the word of God." And Tim Tebow was like, "I will for a price."
Some Joel Osteen going on.
Yeah, I mean it's shady, dude. John Elway said that Tim Tebow was one of the most disingenuous people he ever met.
Well, it's just like every Sunday, people would watch him for the show he'd put on, like the Tebowing
He's a
on one
performer.
knee.
Hey, folks, we got a great guest for you right now. Division I college dancer for the University of New Mexico Lobos, Madeline Skipp. Say what up to the people, Ben.
What up, top picks?
It's my girlfriend, folks. Don't ask how I got her. Love you. All right, folks, we'll get back into the biz. What's your top pick of the week?
My top pick is that the Rays take a 2-1 lead behind the 2-time All-Star veteran Charlie Morton.
Uncle Charlie, dude.
Uncle
That
Charlie.
motherfucker's nice.
Good all the ground chuck, as they call.
I would agree with that top pick. I mean, I really like the Rays team. I like their makeup. My top pick is that the Arizona Cardinals beat the Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Football.
Why? Tell us why.
Kyler Murray can scramble. The Seahawks have no guys who contain. Kyler Murray can obviously throw good enough with his ability to scramble. His weapons, Kenyon Drake. The Cardinals have a solid enough defense with, Buda Baker. Second best safety in the NFL, maybe number one.
He's the highest paid, I believe, right?
Oh, he's the highest.
He's the highest.
I don't mean he's the best.
No,
Look at baseball.
I think.
Pujols.
No, I think. No, I think Buda Baker might be one of the most underrated ballers in the league.
Just because he's in fucking Phoenix, dude.
I mean, I feel like now that the Cardinals are doing better, people are definitely he's on the radar, and then having such a great game against the Cowboys, where a lot of people are watching.
That's true. It was a primetime game.
A primetime game against the Cowboys, America's
Knocking
team.
the shit out of Andy Dalton on fucking live TV.
No, he did.
That
He-
pays.
He did phenomenal.
And I just think Seattle defense is so fucking garbage, man. Christian Kirk is really good. And
Andy Isabella,
Seattle doesn't have a good defense.
D-Hop, Larry Fitz. They got some solid dudes down there in Phoenix.
I forgot about D-Hop.
D-Hop.
Dude,
D-Hop, dude.
I'm picking this shit, and I didn't even think about D-Hop.
Come
That's
on.
how nice the Cardinals are.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, I got a question for you. I got a big question for you. There's 3 NFL teams that are 5-0. The Steelers, the Seahawks, and the Titans. Who do you think's a contender, and who do you think's a pretender? Contender for this, like, to win the Super Bowl. Not like, oh, they'll make a deep run, like, win the fucking...
No, I genuinely think who the contender is. No, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl, if you ask me. The Pittsburgh Steelers. No, everybody, mark this day down. Bet, I don't know what the Super Bowl odds are, but bet the Pittsburgh Steelers. I promise. I promise.
Dog, I'm gonna
bet the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to pull a Shannon Sharpe on you, dog. Skipp.
Scale.
You said the other thing last week. Motherfucker, I remember you last week saying the Pittsburgh Steelers are not a legitimate undefeated team because they barely beat the Denver Broncos and they suck.
Nah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
So they proved something to
They
you.
proved something.
What did they prove to you?
I think they got to go. I don't know. They got that Claypool playing ridiculous.
He's making a shitload of TikToks too.
Yeah, he is. No. I'm just waiting for that Addison Ray collab, dude. That he'll really take off.
Everyone's waiting for Addison.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I think, and then that defense is on pace to break the NFL sacks record to beat the phenomenal 84 Bears.
That defense isn't 84 or 85.
The 84 Bears.
Oh, so the 84 defense was better than the 85.
Well, they had the record. They have 76 sacks in the season, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are on pace for 80 sacks. And as you know, I mean, you guys, if you play any sports your whole growing up, you always hear defense wins championships.
Every sport, dude.
I mean, look at my beloved Broncos going to the Super Bowl against the Seahawks.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
but the Broncos had the best offense in the league behind Peyton Manning against the
defense.
Bad defense, and they go against the Seahawks with the best defense in the league and got destroyed. Yeah, exactly. And the Broncos got destroyed. So that just goes to show that like defense will ultimately win. And the fact that
they go back to the Broncos again. Peyton Manning fucking sucks in 2015.
And they have a great defense.
Incredible defense.
And we won.
And Cam Newton is
MVP, and we beat him.
He had an incredible year.
Exactly. Exactly.
Team, but the Broncos shut him down.
Right. And so that goes to like the Steelers are being so great on defense, and then their offense is carrying their weight. They're no scrubs. And so they're doing great. And so that's kind of my why. I know a lot of people don't look at it that way, but that's my reasoning.
Shit, man, you might have changed my perspective.
And hold on. And just to answer real quick, and I think the pretenders might be the Titans.
I would agree that pretenders are the Titans. Titans have beat a lot of shitty teams this year, man. I mean, of course, winning games is cool as shit, but the Titans have beat a lot of really shitty teams. And the only real convincing win they've had is blowing out the Bills. But other than that, it's like wins, you know?
I mean, the Broncos were with them, you know? I mean, I know Gronkowski missed so many field goals, but still.
Man, they
but
put
still.
themselves in a position to be
right,
able to lose that game. Honestly, this is like another top pick, dude. I think Seattle might be a pretender.
It's really? Why?
I think Seattle's similar to that 2013 Broncos team, that Panthers team. Like, their offense is fucking firing on all cylinders, but they don't have a defense. I mean, and it's not that they don't have it's not that they like have like a defense. They have the most fucking terrible defense I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Yeah, I know.
Besides the Dallas Cowboys, fuck you.
Well, I mean, they are putting I feel like the Seahawks' offense is so great because they have to be. If they want to win games, they have to put up numbers or else they're not going to win.
Dude.
They know it. That's why.
You got to go put up 7 on the first drive and stay ahead.
I mean, Russell in MVP form Russ has to play. Russ has to play at an MVP level every week if they want a chance to win.
And that's what sucks is I think a Steelers-Seahawks Super Bowl matchup, I'd give it to Steelers because, like you said,
defense. And then, I mean, what's crazy is that, like, with Seattle's defense being, like, as subpar as they are, I mean, maybe they are looking at some defensive guys to make trades, but what's in the news, what the headlines is that the Seattle's looking at Antonio Brown.
Hey, dude.
And personally, I think you can go after me, but I think Antonio Brown is just cancer to a team.
Damn, dude, you just bitched me. You said you could go after me. You didn't even say I'll go first, or you could go first.
No, I just
You
want.
can go after me.
I just wanted to put that out there
Yeah.
first. That Antonio Brown is just. It's. Go ahead.
No, I would agree. I mean, I think Antonio Brown's horrible to a team. He's not a cohesive player with the Steelers. He was doing a bunch of stupid shit, calling Big Ben racist. I mean, I think he spelled it wrong. I think he meant rapist, but
Oh man.
I don't think
Oh,
Big Ben.
man.
I think Big Ben is probably one of the best leaders in the NFL. And with the NFL being so predominantly African American, I really doubt Big Ben is racist.
He was his number one receiver. I don't like. I mean, I know it. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Antonio Brown's calling him racist. He never had problems with Emmanuel Sanders. Hasn't had problems with Juju Smith. Hasn't had problems with Chase Claypool.
Well, then I mean, going back to Seattle potentially signing AB, I don't know why they would do that when they have the young rising DK Metcalf.
The next Megatron.
Exactly. They have a solid receiver in Tyler Lockett.
They're the only team with 2 receivers with 4 touchdowns.
Right, and I mean they got like a decent third option in David Moore, and then they got Philip Dorsett who's coming back IR. So
He's fastest.
yeah, no, they have guys. I just don't understand what would Antonio Brown bring to this team other than problems.
I agree. I can't see Antonio Brown adding anything to this team. I could only see him subtracting chemistry because I think this team has incredible chemistry, which is so important to a championship team. I mean, honestly, I would say the Cleveland Browns are like the LA Clippers of the NFL. You got the dudes. You have a decent enough coach to get you over the hump, but you can't fucking do it because you can't bring it together.
I mean, yeah, I agree exactly with everything you said.
And you know what the thing? I don't think the Browns have good culture, and a great example of that is Myles Garrett beating the shit out of Mason Rudolph. If he was on the Patriots, that would have happened.
He'd be released.
He's on the Broncos, Steelers, even Seahawks, dude, even Niners, like Chiefs, any of these great organizations, they don't allow shit like that to happen.
Well, even Antonio Brown, when he was on the Patriots for like what, a week, and then I think they all saw it and they're like,
He had over 100 yards and a touchdown.
yeah, he had a great game, and they were like, no, this is not where we want our organization growing.
He got accused of rape that week, so
Yeah, I mean that certainly didn't help his case.
that's pretty tough to come back
But
from.
I mean, the positive I do have with Antonio Brown potentially going to the Seahawks is that if there's any coach quarterback duo that can handle Antonio Brown, I think it's the Seahawks because I think Russell Wilson is a phenomenal leader and such a guy that can get along with anyone.
And they worked out in the offseason. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm
So
not saying,
so they know.
they have all these like incredible.
They're
fucking
familiar.
plays
They're familiar.
drawn up. But obviously, Russell Wilson wanted to take
Yeah.
his time to spend it with
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
And
they
so
got along well
and then
enough to be able to-
Pete Carroll has such a personality himself that I feel like he could get along with Antonio Brown. So if there
Low-key, I think Pete Carroll has a bigger ego than most NFL
That
players
oh
do.
yeah, no, but I'm just saying if there is any NFL organization that can handle AB, it will be the Seahawks.
If any NFL organization could be like, sit the fuck down, do what I say, and you can win a Super Bowl, it would be the Seahawks. They have the culture, they have the history, and Pete Carroll can say, dude, I've been here, I've done this. Like, you never.
Exactly, and AB would be on a team where it's like where he would have to realize that this team has Super Bowl potential, and if I want to be on here, I need to act accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like he kind of felt that way on the Patriots, but not enough, obviously. I mean, it wasn't his fault he got accused of rape that week.
Whoa.
No. I'm not saying he didn't rape the chick. I'm not saying she shouldn't have said anything. But the fact that it was that week and it was a 3 years prior incident, like, obviously she's kind of kicking him when he's at the top, you know? Like,
Good.
I'm not saying rape is okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, Antonio Brown should have got fucked over, kicked off. But
No, I think that's also going to help Antonio Brown case is the fact that he's been out of the league so long where he's like, okay, like if I want to come back, I got to act normal. I got to play by the rules. I got to do what everything else is doing, and I can't think I'm better than everyone else.
honestly, the thing with Antonio Brown,
It humbled him. I no, that's what I would like to think. That's what I think he should think, but I don't know.
Antonio Brown is, I think, if he goes elsewhere, it might be a New England Patriots situation where it's some shit from in the years past. He sexually assaults somebody. He harasses somebody. He beats a guy up. He does something stupid in the past, and it catches up with him. And I think that's why I would be weary of signing him if I'm any team. I mean, Bill Belichick was like, this guy's talented, but his baggage is left there. Oh, here's this allegation later. And that's what I would be afraid of as an owner.
Which one? I mean, going back to, I don't know why these NFL teams are looking at these old receivers. I mean, you already know where I'm going.
This ain't even worth talking about.
The Ravens are looking at Dez Bryant, the 31-year-old who hasn't played since December of 2017. and they're looking to sign him on their practice squad.
Practice squad. That means the Ravens don't give a fuck about you, Dez.
Like what good does that do? I just don't understand their like logic behind signing Dez Bryant if they're going to for the what? Like,
I mean, it would make sense in baseball if you get an experienced major leaguer to be with the minor league guys. But if you're on the practice squad, you're probably not going to be a contributing player to the NFL.
and I feel like Dez Bryant, I don't think it's as bad as Antonio Brown, but he's definitely another receiver that has the ego.
A little bit of a shitbag.
Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna tell. Well, I mean, look at his first years with Dak Prescott. He would see him on the sidelines yelling at Dak, like, "Give me the ball."
Bitching,
Always complaining. You know.
Obviously, it's not Dak saying, "Oh, fuck Dez, I hate Dez." Dak's like, "I want to win." But
Yeah.
it's his first year. It might be a little too
this
fast
is
for him,
exactly.
you know?
This is a young Dak who's still trying to figure shit out, and Dez Bryant jumping on his ass like he just didn't not just have a 14-year vet in Tony Romo. So I'm just saying, like,
Right, and with all the chemistry him and Romo developed, Romo got hurt in like the first game, right?
right.
So it's not like Dak was running with the ones the whole
Exactly.
offseason. It's like, oh, Dak, you can go with this young guy, and then this old guy's jumping on you. That's not a leader I'd want to have on my team.
Yeah, and I feel like Dez Bryant at 31 years old, all the experience he's had. If you're like, hey, it's like if you're like, hey, you're gonna play, you're basically playing JV, if that. You know what I'm saying? You're not
the G League.
exactly. You're gonna go to the practice squad. I feel like that'll hurt Dez's ego a lot, and I don't know how long he would keep with that.
Maybe though, if the Ravens are signing him, they're like, hey, you're on the practice squad. It fucks with his ego. He's humbled
And he
then they
works
bring him
harder.
up to the NFL team, and he doesn't have that ego because he's like, oh, I'm a practice.
So you're saying it's
guy.
like a humbling thing.
If
If it goes well,
if
if it works correctly,
then
yeah.
it
No,
might-
I'd see that.
It might go well.
No, and then don't get me wrong, Dez is a talent.
I
Like,
don't know if he has the physical ability anymore.
I mean, he tore his Achilles when he signed with the Saints in like the first week. Like the first practice they had, he tore his Achilles, and that's a major injury.
I'm not saying 31 is old, but in the NFL, as a skill position, that's up there.
I haven't played since December of 2017,
Maybe that'll help him.
and a torn Achilles. I don't know. Maybe it's like a boomer bust thing. And they'll be signing him to like they'll be paying him minimum. So it's like it's a risk. There's no risk.
Fuck you, man. You suck. Speaking of NFL receivers that got hurt, my check this shit out of the week is Browns wide receiver, former LSU star, not OBJ, Jarvis Landry, has been playing with a broken rib since week 5. But he refuses to sit out because he says it's Cleveland, it's blue collar. How big are this guy's fucking nuts, dude?
That's impressive.
If I broke my rib, I'd be bitching for fucking weeks. Bro.
You're telling me he launched a touchdown pass to OBJ with a broken rib?
I didn't even think of that, bro.
Wow.
And getting the shit knocked out of him, and he's not a big guy.
No, he's like 5'10". What is he?
He's fucking dudes up with his shoulder.
No.
He's getting the shoulder into his ribs.
Yeah, no, that's nuts.
I appreciate that, dude. I mean, like we were saying, they have the talent, and they have guys who want to win. I love Baker Mayfield. I've always looked up to him, but maybe he's the problem at this point. Maybe he is. I mean, I'm not saying
Definitely.
he is for sure, but maybe.
Well, I mean, Stephen A's even said he wants OBJ and he wants Jarvis Landry to move on from Baker Mayfield because he almost feel like their talent's being wasted in Cleveland. I mean, that might go a little far but at the same time, like you couldn't blame him for requesting trades.
And I hate to go back to this, but they have the talent. They have Chubb. Kareem Hunt's a piece of shit. He beats women, but he's a fucking talented football player. They traded he was a Pro Bowler last year, Austin Hooper at tight end.
For the Falcons, right?
From the Falcons, yeah. I mean, Jarvis, OBJ. On the defense.
Kareem Hunt, right?
Kareem Hunt, yeah, I was saying he's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, and then they have another running back.
Defense. Oh, Nick Chubb, man.
Nick Chubb,
he's a fucking star. And then they have a good defensive unit, too.
They're solid. No, they're all solid.
They have the whole team. Maybe the quarterback's a problem. What do you think? If Joe Burrow was the Browns quarterback, do you think they would be better or worse?
I think they'd be better. I feel like I don't know about better in his rookie year. They'd probably be like the same.
That's what I was.
I mean, I know Baker Mayfield. They feel like they're 0-6, even though they're 4-2.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost in a weird way. Joe Burrow would have the same record, but people would be like, "Wow, he's doing so great." But then Baker Mayfield, even though he's 4-2, they're like, Baker Mayfield is bad.
He's a bust.
It's because they're holding him to like he's doing great if he was a rookie. If Joe Burrow would be doing what Baker Mayfield's doing, it'd be great. But the fact that Baker Mayfield's doing this, like he's like degressing from his rookie year.
I think the word's regressing. But...
Oh, Come on, you call me out like that. You guys get what I was. Yeah. The fact that he's going backwards is not good. And then I also think Joe Burrow. I mean, I know he's still playing in Ohio, but if he was also on Cleveland, it's at that home state. He would play. You'd play even harder. Yeah.
You know who I think Baker Mayfield would be perfect for?
Tell me.
The fucking Dallas Cowboys. Let me tell you why. Andy Dalton can't move in the pocket. Baker Mayfield throws well on the run, and Baker Mayfield can escape pressure well enough. Okay? Baker Mayfield, when he's been successful at the Browns, has handed off the ball to Nick Chubb. They have a similar talent to Nick Chubb in Ezekiel Elliott, right?
No, yeah.
And
that makes sense.
Baker's from Texas, and the Browns are all about put your head down and fucking work. Cowboys are like, be the most arrogant motherfucker you can be. So,
I mean, that hasn't gotten them anywhere.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not saying over Dak Prescott, but if they had Baker Mayfield right now, I think he would be successful.
I could see that.
More successful than losing 38-10 to the Cardinals.
I mean, what does that take? No, I'm just kidding. No, but I feel maybe give Baker like a different scenery. Maybe it's just like maybe it's mutually best for both parties is that he moves off, does better somewhere else. The Browns do better.
You know what's one thing I think that might be hard with Baker is everywhere he's been, it's been a winning situation. He was in high school at I think it was Lake Travis High School, which was a great high school. When he went to Texas Tech, although he didn't start the whole way through, it's a solid program. Goes to Oklahoma, a fucking awesome program. And then he goes to the Browns, and it's like all the situations he's gone into is you don't have to pick us up, you just have to keep us on the trajectory we have.
But I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. But if you look at the other end of the spectrum, he's always had a chip on his shoulder in the way that he was a walk-on. You know what I'm saying? He walked on to Texas Tech, he battled there, and then he transferred to Oklahoma and won the Heisman. First walk-on to win the Heisman. And I feel like he's always had that chip, and I feel like he did well his rookie year because he got drafted to the Browns, who've been known for just murdering quarterbacks, just absolutely just running through quarterbacks. So he kind of had that chip on his shoulder where like he has to make this team something, and I think that's why he did so well his rookie year. So I don't want to say relaxed, but I just feel like he's like almost that was like a relief. So now he's just playing.
A theory I have, I think they did him a disservice by drafting him number 1 overall.
Why?
In high school, he didn't start a quarterback till his senior year. It's like, fuck these guys, man. I got to show that I should have started all these fucking 4 years. College, Texas Tech, didn't start game 1. Or he did start game 1, but, these guys won't give me a scholarship? Fuck these guys. I'll go to Oklahoma. Well, I've been balling, but Oklahoma won't give me a scholarship? Fuck these guys. I'll prove it to them. Oh, I'm drafted number 1 overall. Like, he proved it before he had to prove it.
No, he proved it in his college years, not like what is with his play in the NFL.
And then I say, like, if Baker Mayfield got drafted, like say he wasn't a Heisman guy.
Like a Lamar Jackson, the end of the round.
Or, yeah, I was going to say, like, Tom Brady, but even Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, wow, all these teams.
A Heisman getting the drafted with the last pick of the first, almost a second rounder.
Mm-hmm.
A Heisman winner. That's nuts.
But I think he performs best when he feels disrespected. And by getting drafted overall, it's like, oh, these guys appreciate me. They want me. So he's like.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Rex Ryan didn't get a fire under his ass because I know they had that little beef going, and then that didn't do much.
Rex Ryan's a little bitch.
I mean, he called Baker out big time, and I mean, Baker played it well for like a few more games, but I don't know. He'll get it. I think he'll get it. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to be the Browns, though.
Yeah, I would say Baker Mayfield would probably appreciate a change of scenery. What do you think about this? Houston Texans trade Deshaun Watson to the Browns for a shitload of picks. They both win. Baker goes to Texas. Low expectations, which is all the situations he succeeded in the past. The Browns get a quarterback who's ready to fucking win.
I like that, actually, because then that also gives the Texans back some picks because they have like literally no picks. Exactly. Literally, Bill O'Brien said, "Fuck you, Houston." Yeah. He literally, good luck, boys. He said, "I want to ruin your future," and he did a phenomenal job at that.
Yeah, so, he was incredible at that.
And then Deshaun Watson getting I don't know. That contract is nuts. I bet that buyout is ridiculous.
Oh, that's true. They probably have to restructure.
Just paid him, so you know what? That might be off the table. That'd be too
We're
much.
probably not going to be GMs, folks. All right, got a cool little thing for you. Pick your top 3 celebrities you'd want to hang out with just for one day. 3 dudes and 3 girls.
Okay.
Let's start with girls.
Let's start with girls. Okay.
Ladies first, as they say.
You know. Okay, coming in at number 3, Kim Kardashian. There's no explanation for that one. There's no explanation needed for that one.
Yo, she turned 40 though.
Yeah. She's still got it. She's like fine wine.
She ages. She ages well.
She ages well.
It's better with age.
Exactly.
All right.
Number two, Carrie Underwood. Not only is she a babe, and is every Sunday night you hear her and see her, but also she sings country music, and I love country music, and she was an underdog coming off American Idol. Just a solid person. Beautiful, too.
Would you want to hang with her on a Sunday night?
Waiting all day for a Sunday night.
Would you want her to sing the, waiting all day for Sunday night?
Yes, I'd want her to sing that to me.
Tuesday, I don't know. What are your vibes?
Definitely Sunday night. And then, and then we'd watch the game together, and it'd be the best day of my life. And then coming in at number 1, if you might not know her, but give her a Google search, Lori Hernandez. Do you know who that is?
I don't. Explain it to me. Look her up right now. Put a picture on.
She was part of the USA gymnastics team. And not only is she a babe, she's Hispanic, and she's only a few months older than me. So
she's probably 4'11".
Even better, I look taller. So no, it's just like a win. So it's just she's money, and not only is she athletic, she has it all. She's gorgeous.
All right. My 3 girls that I would hang out with. Coming in at number 3, Jenny from the Block, Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
I mean,
geez.
It'd be cool if you
that's also enough said one.
It'd be cool if you hang out with her, you're dancing. I would look like a fucking idiot, but it would be cool. She's probably fun. Number 2, Hailey Bieber. Justin Bieber always be trying to steal my lady, so I got to get a chance to steal his. But Hailey Bieber just seems like a nice, genuine chick, and she's a very beautiful woman. And number 1, this one's enough said. I'm not going to explain. Kylie fucking Jenner.
Yeah, you don't need to explain that one.
Fun fact. You know what day I was spending with her?
Huh.
My birthday. Because you know what else that day is? Her birthday.
Oh!
Birthday twins.
Hey, and look up Jeremiah's hits, and then you'll know exactly where that's going.
All right, folks. Now my dudes, we're going to stagger it. My number 3 dude, comedian Andrew Schultz. I love his podcast, and he might have the funniest stand-up comedy I've ever heard in my fucking life. This dude, I don't even know what race he's white, but I think he's Jewish too, and some other bullshit. But he's funny as shit. He makes funny racist jokes and shit. Hey, did I tell you that joke he made one day?
No, hit it with me.
So they're in Alabama, right? And the video's titled "Kid Brings Hot Mom to Comedy Show."
Oh.
So they're in Alabama, and he's like, what did he say? He's saying some shit, and he's all, "Hey, dude," he's like, "You got the hottest dude I ever seen." And the lady's like, "This is my son," and he's all, "Well, they've been saying some shit about shit like that in Alabama."
Oh.
Funny as hell, bro. My number 2 dude, Morgan Wallen. Love country music. Met him once. He was a really cool guy. Be cool to just chill with him one day and drink beer and shit.
And you used to have the mullet like him?
I did have the mullet. Mine might have been better than his, dude. I have thicker hair, so mine look cool.
We'll have to ask Morgan about that one.
My number 1 dude to hang out with. Everybody will agree with this one. Yeah. Rob fucking Deerdeck. Owner of Deerdeck Enterprises. Partner in DC shoe company, shirt company, every fucking clothing company. I just want to chill with him at the Fantasy Factory, dude. How cool would that be, dude?
No, that the fantasy is a perfect word for that. Who else has a huge just warehouse of fun stuff to do?
Dude, foam pit. I can't skateboard, but I'd say fuck it with Rob Dyrdek.
Did he say it has a 50-foot basketball rim?
Oh, I would make that for sure.
Has like skating rails in the factory. Just
Cool as
nuts.
dude.
Just
The tennis ball launcher, bro. I'd shoot that right at like Stelo's office.
no, I already did this, but here's a part 2. Rob Dyrdek is that dude, everybody.
Oh,
He's
Rob
that
Dyrdek's
dude.
always
He's always that dude. All right, here's my list. Coming at number 3, the GOAT, LeBron James. And I mean that you just to hear like the mind of the greatest ever talk. Just being in that presence.
Just like chop it up with
just
him,
chop it up.
Try to get to know shit.
And then coming in at number 2, I was telling AJ before the podcast started, I've had like 3 dreams about this dude. As weird as that sounds. No, I know it sounds weird. No. I've had a dream about me and Matthew McConaughey would just been vibing, just chilling. And you know anything about Matthew McConaughey, he seems like the chillest dude ever.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that and make it sound straight, bro.
No, I'm running with that, dude. Matthew McConaughey seems awesome. Seems sick. And then coming in at number 1, some of the greatest commercials. I talk about a guy who can play great and have great commercials.
Baker Mayfield.
Nope.
Oh fuck.
Peyton fucking Manning, y'all.
Oh.
Peyton Manning. Not only am I a Broncos fan, I think Peyton Manning, greatest quarterback of all time. He's up there.
What's his best commercial?
The All-State one with Blake. Or no. Brad Paisley.
Nationwide.
Oh, Nationwide. I apologize. Yeah. No, Nationwide with. No, I think Peyton Manning would just be awesome because I heard not only is he a great quarterback, but I heard he's one of the funniest guys in the locker room, and I think that'd be cool to be around.
I heard Peyton Manning's a really cool guy to hang out with.
Just a genuine person. And when I went to like the Peyton Manning camp, when he was talking and when he was around us, he was just seemed genuine and seemed funny and seemed cool to be around.
It wasn't like
no, not at all. No, not at all. Like he was cracking jokes. Like the way you see like him being a jokester like on TV, that's the same way he was with us.
That's the coolest thing with famous people, man, is when they're the same on camera as they are in real life. Because, like, Morgan Wallen, dude, I wasn't expecting, I don't think he's, like, a dick or anything, but when I met him, I thought he might be, like, kind of different. But, like, the same, like, when he met us, he was the same, like, as he is in his music videos, like, a little bit drunk, like, but cool as fuck. Like, just a dude you want to be friends with, you know?
Exactly.
Our not slick of the week. Shit, I think the most not slick thing of this week is that we're watching the Thursday night game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the fucking New York Giants.
But we're football fans, so you know we're going to watch it.
Dude, I'm a football fan. I'd watch middle school football. That's what this shit is. Friday night tykes on Thursday night, boys. My not slick of the week, and I found this really interesting, honestly. The NBA Finals clinching Game 6 this year got 5.6 million viewers, right?
Right.
The Super Bowl got 99.9 million.
Jesus.
Game 7 of the NLCS between the Braves and Dodgers got over 10.
Damn. That is not sick.
You said that the World Series had record lows, dude.
Yeah, I know. Game 1 of the Game 1 of the World Series had a record low, seen by an average of 9.1 million. And it's funny because the previous low was the last time the Rays were in the World Series in 2008, and that was 9.8. So is it basically saying America saying fuck the Rays?
Honestly, dude, if you think about most World Series in recent history, like they have two teams that. They either have one team that people really, really give a shit about, and the other team's like, it'll be cool.
Well, it's just crazy. Like, you would think it'd be even higher this year because there's, like, no people at the games, and it's been so long without sports that you'd think everyone would want to throw on the game, the World Series.
That's true. They're like, oh, fuck, I missed it.
Yeah, exactly. And especially the people that, like, are Tampa Bay Rays fans, like, they can't go to the game, so you think all of them would tune in. But maybe they are. Maybe it's just the random people that are just baseball fans, not like either of the team, not tuning in.
There's just not enough Tampa Bay Rays fans.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
if you're from Florida, honestly, if I'm from Florida, I'd like the Braves because it's close and like they have a good history.
I'd be a Marlins guy.
See, we don't give a shit. I mean, I'm a huge baseball fan, but I think you're right. I think like the casual baseball fan doesn't want to watch the Rays.
No, that's what it's looking like.
One of the smallest markets in professional sports too.
Exactly.
So it's not like they have the hometown fans like teams like the Dodgers,
Exactly.
the
Well,
Yankees,
like that's crazy when you bring that up. Is that the Tampa Bay Rays payroll is $26 million,
lowest in the league.
lowest in the league, which that's honestly phenomenal. The fact that you can get the lowest paid players and make it to the World Series, that and just that without even them winning is just a feat by itself. And then you look at
It's like the movie Moneyball, but they didn't lose in the first round of the playoffs.
They made it. They made it right away. And then you look at the Dodgers, who were playing Clayton Kershaw and Mookie Betts each like $27 million, $28 million.
Yeah, combined their salaries for this year equal the Rays' salary.
No, it's nuts. Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
It's more than the salary. It's with the Rays' salary, which is insane.
And it's incredible because you see the Tampa Bay Rays. They're getting so much value out of so little money.
Oh yeah.
Which is, I mean, to be a good business owner, that's the skills you need to have. Get the most production out of the least money, which is incredible. I mean, I think that Tampa Bay Rays front office is year in and year out one of the best. I mean, they're always in the playoffs. They're always great.
Exactly. And my not slick of the week is staying in Florida with Ryan Fitzpatrick losing his job. I mean, to Tua Tagovailoa, and everyone knew it was a matter of when, not if. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, I let Ryan Fitzpatrick lose the job. You know what I'm saying? Let him give him a chance to lose it. Let him have an off game. I don't know. Just don't. He's coming off of his two best game in blowout wins against the 49ers, the last year's Super Bowl champs. I realize they're not at full strength, but still. And then against the Jets, a horrible team, but they shut him out.
Nice against the Jets, though.
Oh, come on now. No.
Did he play bad?
I mean, he didn't start, and he didn't start the blowout. And the Ryan Fitzpatrick is coming off of his last two games, combined 440 yards, 6 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions. His best 2 games. So I just feel like I realize I know even Ryan Fitzpatrick said it was when, not if. But I mean, at the same time, give him an off game.
My shut the fuck up of the week is Ryan Fitzpatrick. He really pissed me off because he keeps bitching. Ryan Fitzpatrick said, and I'll paraphrase this, I thought it was my team, and that's why I was so brokenhearted all day. My heart was brokenhearted all day. It was heartbreaking. I need to separate my feelings and be a professional. Ryan Fitzpatrick, you're not a Pro Bowler, you're not an All-Pro, and you're not a playoff starter in this league. So you need to accept your role and understand you're developing players. And you know what else this guy said? I basically got fired yesterday. Today, my day consisted of Zoom meetings with the guy who fired me and the guy who replaced me for 4 hours. You didn't get fired, Ryan Fitzpatrick. You got fucking benched.
Demoted.
They didn't cut you. So quit bitching. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, you have to be retarded to have thought that this was going to be... He literally said, I felt like it was my team. You have to be retarded to think any team is your team. Because if any team was your team, you would have been on 7 fucking teams in your career. You would have been on 2 or 3. So quit bitching all the time. You're a guy who develops young talent. Right? I mean, he developed Eli Manning in New York. He helped to develop Tyrod Taylor in Buffalo.
I don't know. I just feel like Ryan Fitzpatrick, he should have at least had a few more games. That's what I think.
I just hate when people bitch I hate when people bitch when they don't accept their role.
Well, it's were you mad when Eli Manning was pissed when Danny Dimes took over?
No, because at that point, Daniel Jones was better. You have to do what's best for your team. Ryan Fitzpatrick playing for the Dolphins.
No, I realize it's a business. It's a business.
Ryan Fitzpatrick playing for the Dolphins and then them picking Tua so high. Ryan Fitzpatrick can't be oh, well, I think I'm going to start the whole year, maybe next year, hopefully take him to the Super Bowl.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with Tua taking over for Fitzpatrick. But what I'm a little irked at is about how Ryan Fitzpatrick is coming off of a 24-0 win. I know it's against the Jets, but still playing great football. I feel like give him a chance. Give him one bad game and then.
I don't think it depended on Fitzpatrick. I think it depends on when Tua's ready. When the coaches feel that Tua's ready and he has enough knowledge. Because probably the first couple weeks of the season, Tua doesn't know the playbook well enough. He doesn't know this. He doesn't know that. When they feel like he's ready, they're like, fuck, we got to get this guy in.
That's a good point. Good point.
Because they drafted him. It wasn't up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick didn't determine the timeline. It was Tua determining the timeline.
I agree.
So, all right, folks. Well, we appreciate your listenership. We appreciate everything you guys give us. If you got businesses, you got brands you'd like us to promote, hit us up. We will do it. Just give us some free shit.
Hey, thank you guys for listening. We really do appreciate it. Saying so long, it's Derek.
5,000 out.